You wake up, and there's something in your hand, a phone, maybe a remote. You can feel it, the weight, the shape, your thumb already reaching for the button. You press it, and your hand closes on nothing. It was never there. So here's the question, what exactly were you holding? Because here's the thing, that feeling wasn't your imagination. It wasn't just a dream either. For a few seconds, your brain was genuinely telling your hand, there is an object here, and your hand believed it. To understand how that's even possible, you need to know what your brain is actually doing in those first few seconds after you wake up. And trust me, it's about to make sense. Okay, so picture this. Sleep and being awake aren't a light switch. It's not off, then on. It's more like a slow fade. And in that fade, that blurry in-between zone, right as you're waking up, your brain is basically running two programs at once. The dream world is still shutting down. The real world is still booting up. And for a moment, they overlap. Scientists actually have a name for the weird stuff that happens in that overlap. Hypnopompic hallucinations. Fancy words, super simple idea. Hypnopompic just means on the way out of sleep. So a hypnopompic hallucination is any sight, sound, or feeling that leaks out of your dream and follows you into the waking world for a few seconds. Some people hear their name being called, some people see shapes in the room, and some people, like you, feel things, a touch, a weight, an object in their hand. And that's completely normal. Seriously, this happens to a huge number of people at some point. It's not a glitch in you, it's a glitch in the handover. The moment your brain passes control from the dream world back to reality. But hold on, because this is where it flips. Why a phone? Why a remote? Why is it always something you hold? To answer that, I need to tell you about something with maybe the best name in all of science, the Tetris effect. Back in the day, researchers had people play Tetris for hours. Lots of Tetris. And then something funny started happening. When those people closed their eyes at night, they saw falling blocks. They dreamed in Tetris. Their brains were so soaked in the game that it kept playing on the inside, even after the screen turned off. And this doesn't just happen with Tetris. New sailors feel the ground swaying at night. People who pick berries all day see berries when they close their eyes. Whatever you do over and over, your brain keeps rehearsing it in your sleep. Now think about your hands. What do they do all day? They hold a phone, they scroll, they tap, they click a remote, hour after hour, day after day. That exact feeling, the weight in your palm, the thumb on the glass, might be the single most repeated physical sensation of your entire life. Your brain knows it better than almost anything. So while you sleep, your brain sometimes replays it, rehearses it, runs the holding the phone program in the background. And if you happen to wake up right in the middle of that rehearsal, you catch it. The program is still running, the sensation is still playing, and for a few seconds, your hand is holding a phone that exists only inside your head. But it gets weirder, because this raises a bigger question. How can you feel an object that isn't touching you at all? Like, feeling is supposed to come from your skin, right? Something presses on your hand tells your brain. That's the whole deal. Turns out, no, not exactly. And this is the part nobody tells you. Your brain keeps a full map of your body inside your head. Scientists call it your body schema. It's like an internal 3D model of you, where your arms are, what your fingers are touching, what your hand is holding, and your brain updates it constantly. Here's the wild part. What you feel isn't the raw signal from your skin. What you feel is the map. The skin sends in reports, sure, but the map is the final word. Your experience of your own body is basically a simulation your brain renders in real time, and usually the map matches reality perfectly, so you never notice it exists, but sometimes the map is wrong. The most famous example is phantom limbs. People who lose an arm or a leg often still feel it, vividly. They feel the missing hand, its fingers, sometimes even an itch on it, an itch on a hand that's not there. Why? Because the arm is gone, but the map of the arm is still in the brain. The simulation keeps running. Now bring that back to your morning. You wake up, and for a moment, your brain's map says, hand, currently holding phone. The map is running dream data, not real data. And since what you feel is the map, you feel the phone completely. the weight, the shape, everything. Your skin is reporting an empty hand, but the map hasn't gotten the memo yet. For those few seconds, you're basically experiencing a phantom object. Same principle as a phantom limb, just way smaller and way more temporary. Keep that in mind for a second, because there's one detail we haven't explained. The pressing. You didn't just feel the phone, you tried to use it. Your thumb actually moved. Why? Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. Your brain doesn't just store sensations, it stores actions. Little prepackaged movement programs. Scientists call them motor programs, and you run them all day without thinking. Tying your shoes, typing your password, unlocking your phone. You don't think through those movements step by step. You just hit play and your hands do the rest. And holding phone comes bundled with its favorite action. Press the thing. They're a package deal. Your brain has run that combo so many thousands of times that one automatically loads the other. So when you wake up with the phantom phone in your hand, the pressing program is already sitting there, loaded and ready. Your thumb isn't confused. Your thumb is doing exactly what it always does when the map says phone. The whole system is working perfectly. It's just working on an object that doesn't exist. So, quick reality check. Should you be worried about any of this? Honestly, no. Waking up with a phantom object in your hand is a totally normal side effect of how waking up works. It tends to show up more when you're extra tired, sleeping weird hours, or stressed. Basically, whenever the handover between sleep and waking gets a little sloppy. If it's happening alongside serious sleep problems, sure, that's a conversation for a doctor. But on its own, it's just your brain being caught mid-rehearsal. If anything, it's proof your simulation is impressively detailed. And that's the real twist in all of this. The phantom phone isn't the weird part. The weird part is what it reveals. Because your brain isn't only simulating your body in that half-asleep moment, it's doing it right now. Everything you're feeling this second, the chair under you, your feet on the floor, this device in your hand, none of that is raw reality. It's your brain's rendered version of reality, a simulation so smooth, so perfectly synced that you've never once caught the seams, except you have. That's what those mornings are. For a few seconds, the sync slips, the simulation runs ahead of reality, and you get to feel something that isn't there. It's the one moment the machinery shows itself. So next time it happens, next time you wake up and go to press a button that doesn't exist, don't shake it off. That's not your brain messing up. That's a backstage pass. You're watching the render finish, and once you know this, you can't unsee it. So tell me in the comments, what have you woken up holding? A phone? A controller? Someone's hand? I've heard some genuinely wild ones, and I want yours. And if this messed with your head in a good way, you'll love the video on why your brain deletes your car ride home. Same machinery, even sneakier. It's on screen right now. And if you want to keep catching your own brain in the act, subscribe. That's pretty much the whole channel. Stay curious, your brain's been holding out on you.